Hey guys, this is Nick, and I'm currently sitting in a 2022 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon with the Xtreme Recon package on it. This thing is amazing. First off, the color. It's a Sarge Green color, and I absolutely love it. This is the vehicle that I alluded to in my Christmas video that I was going to be adding to the channel, and today my intention is just to introduce this Jeep so we can do more content on it in the future. But before I get into that, I just want to apologize to y'all for taking a 3-month hiatus from YouTube. I had an opportunity come up with my real job, and it required me to go to the East Coast and the DC area, and I didn't have any time to really record video or edit video while I was there. My workload was pretty high, so I just didn't have time to put content out. But I'm back in Idaho now, and I'm back in the saddle, so we're gonna start pushing stuff out with the motorcycle videos and now with the Jeep videos. So these are both American icons. This is kind of both the vehicles I ultimately really wanted, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I hope you guys do as well, and I hope you join me for the ride. With that out of the way, what I'm going to be doing today is going through the options I chose on the Jeep, telling you what dealership I chose to use, telling you how that experience with the dealership was, and how long it took to fulfill the order. As a side note, if you do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and that like icon, it really helps me grow the channel. And with all that said, let's get into this. Before I get into the build of the Jeep, I just wanted to give a quick plug to the dealership I used, which was Lithia, located in Pocatello, Idaho. They're off of the I-86 exit 61, leading into the Chubbuck and Pocatello area, and behind Walmart and next to Lowe's. You can't miss it. By no way am I affiliated to this dealership, however I do feel like they've treated me pretty well. Both their business manager and their sales and finance guy have proven to be reliable people. For example, when I decided to order this Jeep, I did so using Jeep's official website. And then when I went into the dealership, the finance and lease options were exactly as I expected, and there was no markup on the MSRP of the vehicle. I've also purchased a vehicle from them in the past and talked to them about purchasing vehicles in the past, and I've always felt like they've shot me pretty straight. Another thing is that I ordered this vehicle on November 29th of 2021, and it came in March 5th of 2022. So I felt like that was a pretty quick ordering process, considering I got exactly what I wanted. And with that said, let's get into this exact build of this Jeep. So my intention here is to just show you which model of Wrangler I went with and why I chose the options I did. So when you go to the Jeep website, you're going to navigate to the Wrangler build page, which is going to look like this, and this is where you select your model to start your build. I will say that when I ordered my Jeep, I had to go with the Rubicon model, and that's because it was the only model that had the Xtreme Recon package on it, which is the 35-inch tires and lift from the factory. You guys have some more options now, where they have this high tide model that they released that only comes with that package. But you can also get the Willys Sport and the Willys currently with that package and save some money by having a lower trim level. And honestly, had that been an option when I ordered my Rubicon, I would have really considered it. But I'm also happy that I do have that higher trim level on the Rubicon that I ended up getting. So with that said, let's go to the build. And I'm automatically going to just select the paint scheme I went with, which was that Sarge Green color. They do have some other colors that weren't an option when I ordered mine, but I probably still would have went with this green because I wanted that throwback color. And then from here, I recommend you just scroll down to the bottom to the box packages. Right here, because as you select these packages, it'll change these side packages, and it just saves you some time. So I knew right off the bat that my main concern was this Recon package, so let's go ahead and select that, and it's going to give me my motor options. I went with the 3.6,
and then it's automatically going to change to an automatic 8-speed transmission. So I'm not going to talk a lot about money as I put this together, because it's money's relative. What's a lot of money to me might not be a lot of money to someone else, and vice versa. But I will say that I have had trucks in the past where I put a lift kit on them, tires and rims, and this $3,995 package that's from the factory is quite a deal, because it can typically cost more than that. And that's not to mention that Jeep recalibrates the speedometer. They give you a better gear ratio, and you get a reinforced hinge gate for the spare tire, which is also a full spare with a 35-inch tire on it, and things like the jack spacer, where if you have to jack up the car and change out the tire, you can do that. So this is actually a screaming deal for a lift kit, and it's from the factory and it's covered under warranty. So from there, I also got the trailer tow package, because I do plan on buying a small utility trailer to put my street bike in and use it for some adventures, including camping. I got the smokers group because I like using the ashtray for change, and it was $30, so why not? And then I got the cold weather group because I like heated steering wheels and heated seats. I did skip out on the still bumper group and the LED lighting group because I figured that's something I could do later if I really wanted it. And I skipped out on the advanced safety group and or safety group because I'm just really not a fan of adaptive cruise control, lane assist, things of that such. I did skip out on those. Then from here, I recommend you scroll down a little further. I do want to point out that they now are offering a 4.88 rear axle ratio for the Xtreme Recon package, which, from what I'm told, if you're going to buy a Jeep and you're solely going to use it for crawling, you might want to consider that because it'll do better. But if you're going to daily drive it like me, you might want to just consider sticking with the 4.56 because it's more daily driver friendly than that 4.88 ratio. So had that been an option when I got my Jeep, which it wasn't, I still would have went with the 4.56. And I also went with the heavy duty full-time forward drive system. From there, you can scroll back to the top and do the rest of your selections. And I did go with the 3-piece hardtop because, again, I'm daily driving this Jeep and I needed the hardtop. I live in Idaho, it gets cold, it snows, and I just prefer that hardtop. Also, again, you'll notice that that hinge gate reinforcement by Mopar is already clicked, and that's what's holding the 35-inch spare. They had to reinforce that gate to hold that weight. And I did go with the satin black grille because I think it just makes the overall Jeep look better. I didn't go with the integrated off-road camera for the front. I probably should have because I heard it's a hassle to put it on after the fact. I don't know if that is or isn't the case, but I just didn't go with that option. I didn't get the graphics, and I didn't choose to match the paint of the fenders or the hard top because I kind of like that broke up look. And I didn't go with the Gorilla Glass. I did go with the leather. You'll have some leather trims to pick from there in a different color if you like. And I will say that I went with the smaller display when I made my order, but they've since done away with that smaller display on the Rubicon edition, and you can only get the 8.4-inch display with the Alpine subwoofer in the back. When my Jeep showed up, it had this option, so I think by the time my order came through and they quit putting that smaller display, so I ended up with this bigger display. I'm actually happy with it. It sounds pretty good, so that didn't really upset me too much. And then I did get the all-weather floor mats because I know it's more expensive than that to just get them after the fact, and these ones I know fit perfectly. Grab handles, $80. I'll say these are awesome because when you, at least for me, when I put my arm in the window, my elbow on the bottom, my hand just fits perfectly on that grab handle, and it's super comfortable when I have my windows down. So I did have the remote start and the proximity key, so it unlocks when I stick my hand in the door, which is super nice. and those are the options I went with. So I will say that if you're planning on going any taller, like getting a bigger suspension lift or bigger tires, you probably want to stay away from this package because you're just throwing money out the door. The intent of this package, I believe, is just so that you can buy it as is with the lift and tires and everything calibrated correctly and never have to change it. And that's what I loved about this package. I'm so glad Jeep decided to put this out. As far as the rock sliders go, I will say that I'm going to need to do probably some kind of lower step up because this Jeep is taller than I anticipated. I didn't think it would be as tall as a past truck I had because the Jeep's only a 1.5 inch lift, but it's taller. It's not very comfortable for me to get in and out. I'll say that I'm 5'10", 185, average size guy, and I am 5'10". I don't underrate myself or overrate myself. So if you're around that size, you might want to consider getting some running boards if you get this Jeep.
Okay guys and gals, that's it for this one. I hope it was helpful. Again, if you want to help me grow the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If Jeeps or motorcycles are what you're into, I think I got some things planned that you'll be into in the future. So until next time guys, keep up.